tighten these up. Good morning. Good morning.
Good evening and welcome to today's edition of Good Evening St. Viator. Hi, I'm Jason Kay.
And I'm Ryan Heineck, and this is the news for May 15th, 1993.
Yes, it's Querbies night again, and the teacher's lounge, the mailroom, and the teacher's lunchroom have all been abuzz with free Querbies gossip. What are you doing?
I'm just looking at. There are no students out there, all teachers.
Well, that's right. Tonight's Querbies, Ryan.
Oh yeah, that's right. I knew that.
You do know what Querbies are, don't you?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, my dad got it. He was traveling overseas once on a cargo ship, and yeah, it came down pretty bad.
No, that's not what Querbies are, Ryan.
Oh, I'm just kidding. I know what it is. It's that stuff you pour in milk, you stir it around, and it's chocolate.
Ryan. See all your teachers out there?
Yeah.
You see your math teacher, Miss Peterson, right up there. She's thinking that you don't know what you're doing. Kind of like in math class. Now, I think that we're going to have to take you behind the scenes of the Querbies. Cool graphic, huh?
Hey.
Yep, the Querbies behind the scenes will show you where the Querbies Awards were born, where the statues are made, and how the winners are chosen. We'll even talk to some possible nominees and who they think will carry home the Querbies tonight. So, Ryan, let's go back where it all began.
Whatever you say, Jason. Are you sure this Querbies thing isn't contagious?
Do you know?
Yes, Jason. You're here in the library because here, in the St. Viator Library, is where the Querbies were born.
It's amazing, but how were the Querbies born, Mr. Cole?
Well, 8 long years ago, faculty used to hold social gatherings here on Friday afternoons on an occasional basis. And it was at
a what?
Social gathering.
A party.
A social gathering.
A faculty party. Say party.
Party. It was a party. It was a party.
I knew it.
And it was one of those social gatherings that the whole concept of the Querbies was born.
That's fascinating. Well, who thought up the idea of the Querbies?
Well, I just happen to have the secret right here in the 1984 yearbook.
They keep the secret just in the yearbook?
It's a very well-kept secret because the man who created the Querbies was this man. F. Schurz. Now, Edward's methodologies in the Spanish classroom may have been somewhat, how shall I say, avant-garde.
Avant what?
Avant-garde, untraditional, somewhat risque.
Risky. You don't need the accent.
Okay. But he was one substantial party animal. Now, on this particular Friday afternoon, a Friday afternoon not unlike this very Friday afternoon that we're taping, it was late. There was a handful, maybe 5 or 10, including Mr. Faltnowski and myself, that were still here. And Edward Schurz had only been here for 1 short year, and in that short time he had recognized that we had a very special faculty. Even though we didn't make a lot of money, there was a special kind of feeling amongst the faculty, and he suggested that what we ought to do at the end of the year is celebrate that. Come together in kind of maybe a recognition dinner, an awards banquet to kind of pick out some of the goofy things that had happened during the year and get together and laugh and recognize that wonderful spirit.
Wow, that touches me deeply. But what I'd like to know is, where did you come up with the name Querbies?
Well, as that little light bulb went off in Ed's head as he thought about the idea of an awards banquet, he turned and he looked and he saw...
Who is that man, Mr. Cole?
That is Father Louis Querbes, the founder of the Viatorian Order, the man behind the mission statement of our school. And he seemed to think that the whole idea came together in that name. The Querbes, the Querbies were born.
I see it, and I understand. Now, Mr. Cole, is that Querbies with a C?
No. No.
Then it's Querbies with a K?
No.
I'm lost, Mr. Cole. Help me out here.
Querbie.
It's amazing.
What? You forgot the S, Mr. Cole.
The Querbies.
The Querbies.
Yes.
With an S. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Cole, but I have just one more question. He's going to read. But I have one more question for you, Mr. Cole. Now, where are these awards made?
For that, I think you'll have to wander up to the workshop of Mr. Bill Faltinowski.
Let's go check out Mr. Faltinowski and his workshop.
Now, Bill, I understand. I can call you Bill, right?
No.
All right, Mr. Falnowski, I understand that you can tell us a little bit about the origin of the Querbie.
Yeah, I can. The exact origins are a little foggy for me, but I do remember once we came up with the concept of the Querbies, I was given charge of the task of creating the symbol of the event. I contacted various art studios of the world, the Tiffany's, the Steuben's, the Yadros, the Roy Lieberman's Bowling and Trophy Outlet, but by a long shot we found that Frank's Arts and Crafts was the best supplier for us. I took the liberty of actually obtaining the original prototype of the Querbie here. No, you shouldn't touch that, actually. We have it on loan from the Smithsonian right now. It's part of their pop culture collection. If you get down there, it's right next to Fonzie's leather coat. You can see it there.
Really
yeah, it is. It really is. It's kind of special. I'll go over the parts of the trophy because each thing represents something else. The Q here, you really shouldn't touch it, though. The Q here is represent Querbie, which we gained from Father Querbes himself. The base here, the tiered pedestal, chamfered edges, some crown molding around here, represents the eliteness, the status of the event. The figure here, erect, statuesque, neutered, slightly out of shape, really thought the perfect symbol of a St. Viator employee. And then the egg head, the symbol of, faceless symbol of creativity and, you're not touching it, are you? Okay. The faceless symbol, creativity, wit, albumin, those factors. So this is actually how the first trophy came about. What happened then, there was a whole... Your hands are clean? Okay.
Pretty clean. Washed.
1986, we saw a more simplified Querbie. You can see that the base now has become a three-tiered base, but there is no cornice, there is no chamfering of the edges. The Q itself is now a sans serif Q, and the Querbie figure himself has been reduced in size. This was to reflect the times. We were kind of in a money crunch, and faculty were asked to sort of absorb the problems of financial situation. But we wanted to keep that statuesque look because we knew these money problems were only going to be temporary. We wouldn't be dealing with them for long. That's what they said. Anyway, then, unfortunately, we enter into the dark years. 1987. I'm sorry. We lost the name of Querbies through a very bitter copyright infringement lawsuit, and we no longer could use the name, and they were changed to, as you can see, maybe they're kudos. I guess you can't see.
Isn't that a type of popular candy bar?
Well, we believe that we now have a lawsuit against them. But anyway, we have kudos here, and you can see what's happened. The base has greatly diminished. The figure has even gotten smaller. The Q, obviously, has been lost altogether, and, a very classic case of Querbie envy. And it really sort of deflated the whole idea. And what happened was we went into 4 years of a lawsuit that was just vicious. St. Viator was thrown into the dark abyss of humorous monotony. The tabloids had a field day with it. I remember the one headline, "The Day the Egghead Cried." It was difficult to live through. But that was then. This is now. 1992, last year, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, came the new and improved Querbie. And it had a very new look with some very familiar elements. The chamfered tiered base, the golden Querbie. And what we see now is this wonderful lead crystal disc with a hand-edged Q representing the elegance of the event. What it says is, hey, I'm something. I'm special. I am Querbie. I'm sorry. I get a little emotional.
I understand.
Maybe you can talk amongst yourself. I'm a little verklempt.
What can I say?
I'm okay. I'm okay. No, I'm sorry. I'm not. I gotta go.
Art people. What can you do with them?
We tried to get into the actual Querbies planning meeting to find out how the awards are actually selected,
But, you know, it's unbelievable. These meetings are shrouded in so much secrecy that we were unable to even find out where the meetings were held.
we are, however, able to obtain a brief bootleg tape of a portion of an actual meeting through an underground anonymous source. Let's take a look at that tape.
Yeah.
This is your head.
Jason and Ryan, I've placed a hidden camera here to give you a very brief glimpse of what happens at an actual Querbie meeting. Now, I've done this at risk of very great personal injury to myself. I'm going to turn the camera around in a minute and give you what I can. The camera may cut out at any moment. I just want you to have a flavor of how these Querbies are selected and how these meetings go. Good luck.
Now, I got most of the awards spray painted, so we're okay.
Good.
What are you're doing decorations?
I've done decorations. I'll take
got
that.
that stuff?
I've got everything for decorations, yeah.
Just don't know the food stuff.
I got the tables from Steve stuff.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Are
I'm
you
ordering the food.
All right,
Oh, the food
What's
stuff.
Tom doing?
I don't know. Well, where were you?
Oh, I think we'll potty. All right.
You know what? It's getting toward the end here. Why don't we run through the faculty list, just see if there's any people who sort of trigger an idea for an award.
All right.
We'll get to Querbie.
All right.
Okay. How about Bob Artman? Georgie Ann? Lyle Byer? Glenn Bertolini? Charlie Folzer? Wally Bowman?
Wait a minute. With the Christmas party.
No. The insurance stuff.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Oh, there's got to be others, too.
And just what are the thoughts of the faculty as Querbie night approaches? What are they, Jason?
I don't know, Ryan.
Neither do I. Let's find out. Okay. And then we'll get to the post. First of all, what the hell's a Querbie?
A good time.
What they mean to me? A lot of laughs. Guaranteed laughs. Correct pronunciation is guaranteed.
Guaranteed?
I agree. I totally agree.
They mean fun?
Yeah.
Have you?
That was the damn thing I've heard.
I agree. I totally agree. Querbies mean to me. They're lots of fun. Last year they were lots of fun. I never saw any Querbies before last year.
What did you think of the Querbie himself? Was he a good-looking guy?
I never saw the Querbie. He's a monk or something, isn't he?
Strange. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The Querbies mean to me a time of frivolity, a time of camaraderie, a time of spending a great deal of happy time with the faculty that again, I would really want to be with and be around and appreciate their humor, their comments, their sarcasm, their criticism, and everything that goes along with the Querbies.
Thank you, Oz.
You're very welcome.
I agree. I totally agree.
Stacy Larson.
Is she going to come out of the closet or not?
Stacy? Come out of the closet. Stacy. Stacy, you're making a scene.
You wouldn't happen to have...
Are you still in there?
You know, I work with a little water thing. If I don't have to look at it.
Stacy, all I want to know is what you think of the Querbies.
John, stop. Come on, I hate video recording. Please.
I think it's challenging, rewarding, exciting, and I'll be there with my tongues.
Do they mean to me? You have to take immortalize. Since I don't know the story of who Father Querbie actually was, even though we were told it's a cute little statue that kind of gives you a thrill when you receive one.
Well, I'm still working on that one, John. I'll have to get back to you.
Really? Everybody.
Looking forward to a great night of entertainment on Monday.
See, Naya?
An honor beyond a teacher's wildest hopes and dreams. It will be the highlight of my year. Me, a party. I agree. I totally agree.
You might go alone?
What are you doing there? What is it?
What is the...
Well, I better not be up for anything this year, because if I am, I'm not getting up from my chair.
I'll be out of town. You've never come, have you? No.
Do you have any preconceived notions of what you're in for?
No, but I'm afraid.
Have you ever won a Querbie?
No, but that's okay.
No. Do you have any desire to win a Querbie?
Not particularly.
And why not?
Well, because you never know what they're going to be for.
Can you sum the Querbies up in just one word, Strap?
One word? Lots of fun.
Lots of fun?
Lots of
Now,
fun.
is that hyphenated?
Yeah, it's got one of those jamborees on it. Right. Smash the word together, and it carries a meaning completely all on itself.
Have you ever won a Querbie?
No, I haven't.
You have never won a Querbie?
No.
In all your years of distinguished service?
All my years of stinking service? Stinking service.
Have you done any campaigning for a Querbie? This is your chance.
Okay, I'll put up some posters. Things, bumper stickers. I got a bunch on the table over here.
Okay.
Interested.
Thank you.
Okay, you're more than welcome, my son.
Here we are now outside of where you are, celebrating the Querbies. Tell you, don't do anything embarrassing, because I'm looking on you right now. Oh, jeez. See that?
Yeah, I saw that, right?
Yeah.
I can't believe my own eyes. Well, that's all the time we've got for today. I'm Jason Kay.
And I'm Ryan Hynek.
And this has been Querbies Behind the Scenes.
Querbies.